Hello everybody.
Hello class, welcome back to my channel. It is 8:30 p.m., which means it's a fabulous time to be filming a class video. Today's question of the day is, what is your favorite food? Please describe it in the comments below. And speaking of questions of the day, I am going to make a group me for this class. I have never heard of this app. Is it an app? I think it's an app. I've never heard of it before. But I'm excited to give it a try, and who knows, maybe I'll even make the group and then leave, and then you guys can just talk to each other. Second order of business is that it's probably about time for you all to be wondering where you're going to submit your final portfolios. We are going to use the journal function on Blackboard to do that, and I will title the journal submission spot Portfolio 3, submit here, or something along those lines. You can submit multiple documents, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I will be creating the submission space during our regular class time tomorrow or today, I guess, by the time I'm posting this, Friday, whenever that is. Who's to say? That probably also means you want to know what you're submitting, and I have that checklist somewhere. What you want to submit when it comes time to hand in your portfolio is a final draft, a rough draft, your peers' review of your work, so the document that they sent you in the peer review online workshop, and your Blackboard posts from the discussion board. You can copy and paste these into one document and submit them like that, or if you've been writing them on Word and then submitting them to Blackboard that way, you can submit them separately. So that's final draft, rough draft, peer review, and your Blackboard post. That's 4 things, and I will put this list on the Blackboard page so that you know everything. Based on what you all did in the revision exercise that was due on Wednesday, I think that we're in really good shape for this portfolio. I'm really proud of the work that you all did, and it made me so happy. It always does to see you talking about education theory and pedagogy and classroom dynamics and, student-teacher equality. I especially liked how much variety I got in your responses, not only in the content of them, but in the way that you did it. So I had imagined that you would post all of the revisions that you did in each different little category as one paragraph or one chunk of text, and a lot of you did that, but a lot of you also kept everything split up, which I think is really interesting. They're both perfectly valid methods of responding to this kind of exercise. And what I want to point out is that the usefulness of keeping everything separated like that is that it really emphasizes the different pieces of work that go into one paragraph of text. So it can be really easy to think of a paragraph as accomplishing one thing, but when you see everything broken up like that, it draws attention to how many different jobs one little paragraph has. When we practice glossing in our social narratives, that's a good way to really narrow the focus of a paragraph and say, okay, how can I sum this up in as few words as possible? So with glossing, we took paragraphs and we really narrowed what they're doing. And then in our annotated bibliographies, we kept that really, really hyper-focused goal where we said in one paragraph we do this, in another paragraph we do this, and in another paragraph we do this. And then what your Blackboard responses showed me was that in our literature review, we expand that all back out and we say that one paragraph is doing a lot of different things. So while you're writing about one topic, so say while you're writing about Paulo Freire's pedagogy, you're writing about it in all of these different ways in one paragraph. You introduce an idea and then you have a quote to back it up, and then you unpack the quote and that raises more questions, and you unpack another quote and then you come to a conclusion. So we've approached writing from these 2 very different sides. We have the one side, the social narratives and the annotated bibliographies, where we really want to narrow our purpose and our goal, and we want to see things in the simplest terms that we can, in as few words as we can. And from the other side, we can see just how many different kinds of thinking and writing you have to do to write about one topic and to accomplish one goal. A really wonderful thing for you to be able to do as writers is to work on balancing these two sides in your head. So practice doing this one thing where you're looking at it with these narrow terms sometimes, and other times do the opposite, where you're looking at one thing and expanding it out. Does this make any sense? It's 9 p.m. I don't know anything. What I can see from your revisions of my literature review is that you guys are coming at your literature review assignments with the right goals in mind. And that's the most important thing. I feel really confident about where you'll all be when you turn in these portfolios. Of course, if there are any questions on your mind that you'd like to ask me, please feel free. And if you've asked me for feedback on your literature review, which a couple of you have, that will be coming quite soon if I have not emailed it to you yet. That is all the English-related business that I have to get to today. But you might be saying, but Emily, the video's not over yet. Emily, there's 5 minutes left on the video. What could you possibly be talking about? I'm going to talk about something else, because I can. For obvious and understandable reasons, a lot of you expressed that you're having some trouble staying motivated, not just in this class, but in your classes in general. So I did some research on ways that you can stay motivated when you're learning or teaching or working from home. And I want to share what I found with you all. So here is what I've learned about staying motivated while working from home. One, and I addressed this in my first video, keep a routine going. Wake up in the morning, get up in the morning, and get dressed in the morning. You might feel kind of silly the first few days getting dressed just to sit around your house, but it makes such a difference in just the way that you feel about where you are and what you should be doing and what the purpose of this day is. When you're wearing your pajamas, you're dressed for bed, and your body is going to say, hey, why do you want me to do work? You're dressed for bed. That means it's bedtime. So get dressed. Put on something slightly uncomfortable, and then say, okay, after I get my work done, I can change back into my comfy clothes. Which brings me to item 2 on the list. Have a set time of day when you are allowed to stop. There's a reason that work days go from 9 to 5. There's a concept that says that the work that you have to do in a day will expand to fit the amount of time that you allow it to happen. So if you get up at 10 and you say, I want to have everything done by midnight and I will take breaks during the day and I'll do it at whatever pace I like, you're not going to finish until midnight because the work will expand to take as long as you need it to. You'll waste a lot of time sitting in that weird in-between place where you mean to be working, but you're not, but you won't do anything that you like because you mean to be working. But if you say, it's 10 a.m. now, I want to be done working by 4, then you're more likely to push yourself through the work that needs to get done so that you can be done at 4. And that might mean that you don't get everything done that you meant to do on the day that you meant to do it. But that's reality. And if you're not going to get all your work done, wouldn't you rather allow yourself be a human, say from 6 to midnight, than stress about it all day and wake up the next day feeling exhausted and spent? Set a time to stop working. And if it's helpful for you, offer yourself rewards. I've been playing Animal Crossing when I finish my work. I will not get to play Animal Crossing tonight because I did not follow my rules. It's 9 p.m. and I'm filming a YouTube video. But tomorrow, I'm going to say to myself that I'm going to work from 10 to 4, and then I will be done, and I will relax, because I think that will make me feel okay. Working within a designated schedule might be tricky because it means that you have to advocate for yourself in a new way. And that includes stopping work when you decide that you're going to stop work. It also includes giving yourself a little bit of time before you start working your day, which brings me to my next point, which is to have a morning routine. The time that it takes you to get ready in the morning and commute or walk or whatever you need to do to get to class is more than just a nuisance or an inconvenience. It's a time for you to be setting your mind up for the day that's ahead of you. And a lot of the time when we start working from home, we lose that ability to take ourselves out of the at home and resting mindset and into the at work and on top of things mindset. If you allow yourself to have time for some sort of morning routine, it's going to give your brain time to wake up and then give your brain time to transition into the place it needs to be in when you want to get work done. Being able to wake up 20 seconds before you need to do something, roll over in bed, open up your computer and get it done is really great for the short term. But in the long term, it's going to have a really disastrous effect on your motivation and result in you pushing later and later to get up in the morning, and at the end of the day you'll be less likely to do the things that you need to do. It's not rocket science, it's just self-care. I think this is my fourth point. Have designated spaces for work and for rest. This one is especially true if you're having trouble getting to sleep at night or if you're having trouble getting out of bed to do work. Part of what makes us more productive when we are on campus is that campus is a designated place for you to be focused on school. There's nothing right now that's separating when you need to be on top of things and when you get to be a human. This is one of the rules that I broke in our last video because I filmed our last video from my bed. When I get up and I move to the living room, it reminds me that it's time to be on and it's time to do the work that I need to do. And then when I think about going to my bed at the end of the day, it's not, oh God, that's where I was doing work before. Do I just have to do more work? It's, wow, that will be really nice. I won't have to do anything and I can be a person and not a teacher or not a student. Having physical spaces set up sends signals to your brain that you should be acting in a certain way or performing a certain way. And that's why having a space set up just to do work and a space set up just to rest is really important for your body to understand what's going on, and that will help you be more motivated. These are the things that I have learned about how to manage working from home for the first time, how to not only be more productive and motivated, but how to appreciate how motivated and productive you already are. A lot of you said that you haven't been feeling like you're getting anything done, but you've all been coming to this class, you've been doing your homework, you've been on top of what I need you to be doing. And so you are doing more than you feel like you are. It feels like you're not getting anything done because you're not leaving your house. And if you're not leaving your house, that in itself is accomplishing something important because it's keeping other people safe. Email or text me if you have questions about where you should be going next on your literature review. I have complete faith in all of you. I miss you all, and I will see you on Tuesday, not Monday, right? Tuesday, not Monday. I'll see you on Tuesday, not Monday. Bye-bye.